Hi, this is Jason Fritz with Need Computer Help. And today I want to talk to you about part two of some of the best keyboard shortcuts that I use to make my life a lot easier. So let's jump into them. And today, the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be the Alt left arrow, Alt right arrow inside of a web browser. So this keyboard shortcut will allow you to move between your history that you have inside your web browser to let you go back with the Alt left or forward with the Alt right. So this way, you accidentally click on something, you don't know what you clicked on, you suddenly lose where you're at. Alt left arrow brings you back, or Alt right arrow will take you to the next window that you were just at as well. This is useful for all sorts of reasons, and I am notorious for accidentally clicking on something and I'm like, where was I just at? And rather than going through the menu or trying to dive deep into where I was at, trying to click on things, Alt left arrow key takes you back to that spot inside your web browser. Another useful feature inside a web browser is, and this is the Firefox web browser that I'm using here, is right-clicking on the arrows, and you can see that it will take you to wherever you want inside of that. This is your history here, and you just click on one, and it'll take you back to that page. As well as right-clicking on the forward arrow will take you forward to a page that you were at as well. Very useful to see that. And just by hovering over the arrow keys, you see that they also list the Alt right arrow as options, Alt left arrow as an option, and going back. So forwards and backwards as needed. It's just another option to make your life easier. Now, the second keyboard that I want to talk about, keyboard shortcut I want to talk about, is going to be the Windows key and left, right, up, and down arrows. So instead of holding Alt this time, we're clicked on our window. We're going to hold a Windows key left, and it's going to shoot it to the left. So as you can see, it also pops up any other applications you have open, and these applications want to go on the other side of this web browser. So that way, if you're working on a Word document and you need to pull data, let's say off a website, it makes it very easy, especially if you only have one screen, and seeing and typing or seeing and copying that data from side to side. So if we're still clicked on here, we move to the left, that pops up. And so then we move here, and you can see that now I've got them in side-by-side mode. Very useful. Another useful thing is the Windows key up. We'll then put that into the up portion. And this, if let's say we have this, we pull this down and minimize it. So now it's gone, right? It's at your taskbar at the bottom. We do Windows key up. We maximize what we have here. And then we are going to pull our document back up. So with this here, we're going to push this to the left, to the bottom, and we're going to push this to the left and to the top. So now we can start to divide our screen into 4 rather than just 1 or 2 or even 3. So now you can have 4 different things in one screen to be able to use, type data, copy data, reference data, all in one screen. Very useful. So the last thing, real quick, is that we'll talk about is the thesaurus lookup feature in Word. So if we close this, so let's say we're looking at our Word and collaboration. Not sure what it means. Maybe we want to use a different word at this point. So if we hold Shift and F7, it'll bring up our thesaurus. So maybe we want, instead of collaboration, right? Maybe we want to call it a partnership. And so partnership we can then replace with collaboration instead. Or maybe we want to call it a association, maybe a relationship, group effort. The thesaurus is just another good useful tool to find additional words, to look up the word that you've highlighted and then change it as needed with related terms to that word. So hopefully this has been a brief and good keyboard shortcuts that I know you can use, and we'll look for part 3 here shortly.